Okay, here we go with a little bit more vocabulary, straight A walking. We're outside the law offices of Walker and Buchholz. You want to get that, Brian? Walker and Buchholz. We're going to bust in on Jim Walker, Esquire. And you know, attorneys are supposed to be really good with language, right? So we're going to throw some vocabulary questions at Jim Walker and see how he handles them. Ready? Let's go. Come on in. Let's bust in on him. Hello, Attorney Walker. How are you?
Felix, how are you?
Good to see you. Listen, we're going straight A walking, and we're wondering if you could be our next victim. Volunteer.
Okay.
You're willing to do that for us?
Sure.
First of all, maybe we can get a little bit of information about you so the kids at home might be able to connect with you. You're an attorney, right?
I am.
What kind of law do you practice?
I work for insurance companies and defend people who get sued.
Okay, so a defense attorney.
Correct.
Excellent, excellent. How long have you been practicing law?
23 years.
Ooh, that's longer than you guys are old. Anyway, so you've got a lot of experience. What college did you go to?
I attended Middlebury College.
And you got your law degree from?
Franklin Pierce.
I see on the wall Franklin Pierce. Excellent, excellent. And you're still a relatively young guy. Do you remember taking the SATs?
I do.
Do you remember how you did on those?
Yeah, well, I took them a few times, more than once.
Which is a good idea. Mm-hmm.
Always a good idea to take the test more than once, definitely.
And do you remember how you did in, well or not so well, or did you get better each time?
Not really. I think the first time that I took the test, I scored 620 on the English portion of the test and 580 on the math portion.
Very good scores, very good scores. Anything over 600 get you into most any college you want to go to, except maybe some might want to see a little bit higher, but very solid scores. So now, they've added the grammar section as well, or the writing section. But we're here to talk to you about vocab. Have you seen these questions that I'm about to give you?
I have not.
And you're okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
All right, he's a smart guy. He's got a good vocabulary. Let's see what we can throw at him. We're going to end up giving kind of a dual screen here where the kids at home are going to compete against the attorney. Hey, ready over here?
I'm ready.
You kids ready at home? On your marks, get set, let's go. And he has chosen B. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Okay, so Sidney Carton.
Carton.
I'll try that again. So Sidney Carton was a jaded lawyer who was made weary by an inept judicial system. And remember the strategy at home, we're talking about connections between the words. It was because of an inept judicial system that he was made to feel jaded. Now there's some other, good vocabulary in there. What led you specifically to B?
Well, there didn't appear to be an appropriate description of the judicial system except inept. Judicial system generally isn't enthusiastic,
right,
bellicose, complacent. Complacent.
Right, the French is a little bit of a distraction there.
Yeah, that's kind of a red herring. And a banal lawyer doesn't really seem appropriate either. So B is the best choice in my view.
All right, so he focused in on, again, in the second blank, judicial system, and he found, maybe this is a little bit critical sounding, but at this point in England, back during A Tale of Two Cities, we picked an inept judicial system, and he said that's the only one that seemed to be relevant to that particular part. Hopefully you made those connections too. I don't know if you were able to beat the attorney or not, but he sure did a great job and he knows his vocabulary. We're going to try one more. Is that all right?
One more.
One more time. All right, here's the second and final vocabulary question. Are you ready at home? You ready, Attorney Walker?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
I would say E, renounced.
And what would you say were your contextual clues?
Well, the contextual clues would be based upon the apology.
Excellent. Yep.
And sins and new name. So if he had defended his aristocratic lineage, then he wouldn't have apologized for anything.
Beautiful.
And he wouldn't have taken a new name.
Excellent.
And there would be nothing sinful about, you would not want to defend your family's sins. Now, if you marginalized would be possible, but renounced appears to be the more appropriate answer in my view.
Excellent. So he sees marginalized as a possible answer, but then did you notice how he keyed in on a new name? And when you look at the root of renounced, it literally means rename. So he's apologizing for it, so he is renounced. He's ended up rejecting his aristocratic lineage. Beautiful. Outstanding. Let's give it up for Attorney Walker. Awesome.
Thanks, Felix.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Have a nice day.
We'll see you next time.
Good luck on the test.